Hello everyone. Today is the Writers Podcast Part 4, or rather Episode 4. I will link the the playlist above for the previous three videos. Today I'm gonna go through what I've been up to, and I'm also going to go through why I created an organisation within one of my books. This isn't something that only I've done, it's something that's done in a lot of books. For example, there's the Ministry of Magic in the Harry Potter books. In Twilight there's Arrow's Court. There's other organisations that are hidden within books. Again, in things Underworld, you've got the vampires hierarchy, and then you've got the Lycans hierarchy. So it's not just something that I've done, it's something that other people have done. But I'm going to go into explaining why I have done it for these two books and the book I've just finished. Now, by the time this gets uploaded, I will have sent the third book of that series over to the boss. Wait and see what she says. I also have I will have some information coming soon on London and all the bits related to London. The last bit should slot into place as of Friday, so a couple of days from now, and then we can start charging ahead and going forward from there, and fight, and then obviously get dates and everything and get the stuff I need, and then go from there. I do have some bits that I'm making for the release, and there's a gift I want to make for the lady that was on the book cover, which is the reason why I'm going down to London, which is this book cover, this little lady here, whose mother I'm seeing on Friday. Like I said, this is filmed on Wednesday, but it probably won't be uploaded until Thursday, because I've already uploaded today's video. So, I am working on a book trailer at the moment for a book, sorry. I haven't released the title yet because I want obviously to have the date and everything ready, so that I can say such a book coming soon. As soon as that's all done, the release date will be in the book trailer, and then obviously once I get the cover I'll do another trailer for that. But yes, I have settled on a title. I did have a different title, and then I remembered we had a anthology of the same title. So I've changed the title, but it's a pretty good one, and it is extremely relevant to the book. So, right, why I created the PCA. Now, the PCA in this book is what was called the Paranormal Court Alliance. I will give you a bit of a backstory to it, but these books explain it a lot better, obviously, because I'm just going to give you the Cliff Note version. If you want these books, my Amazon author page is probably still the first link down below. So if you click on that, you'll be able to get it from there. You can get it on Kindle. It is cheaper on Kindle than in print, obviously, but you can get it in Kindle, so by all means, head down and go and get it. Now, Paranormal Court Alliance is pretty much what it says. In the books, there was once a war between all the different races, the paranormal. So you're talking about your dark elves, your orcs, your werewolves, your shifters, your vampires, your mages, all of them. And there's a lot more than that. There's like fairies and other races. And what it is there was this huge war, and they went into alliance talks initially to try and pick off the other races, but eventually everything started to make sense, and then they realised, yes, we can live with each other. So what they did is they signed an agreement which was then governed by and created a governing body, which is what's called the Paranormal Court Alliance. Now, you have it on multiple levels. I'll use America as an example because the books are based in America. You have a city level, So you'll have one leader that'll lead the whole paranormal population of a city. But there might be like 7 or 8 different races within that paranormal population. And then you have your county, then you have your state, then you have your country, and then you have the overall leaders. So that gives you a bit of a thing of how complicated it is. Obviously, in the first book I go into the basics. I think book 4 is where I get more complicated. But you'll have to wait and see what book 4 is like for that. It enforces laws at the same place due to the agreement. So you have laws that forbid vampires from feeding off mages, for example, and the like, which is illegal. Laws against shifters attacking mages or vampires, or mages attacking vampires, and also, all infighting can't happen basically. And if it does happen, then they have to raise it with the Alliance, and then the Alliance deal with it. Now, there is a bit of a issue in the books, is because of this, there are rules about leaders of the PCA, whether it's the city leaders or above, can't pursue romantic relationships with anybody that's inside, that essentially is part of paranormal community of that city, which raises a small issue because the main character is part of that population and her love interest is the city leader. So it's a slight hurdle which is pretty, which I like. So it's just, things have to happen a certain way for them to be able to do something, and they have to wait. And all these laws are broken if the victim is of a paranormal. So you can have a crime that's committed by a human against a vampire, but because the victim is a vampire, the Paranormal Court Alliance has more say in it, and their sentence is final. Now, there's the organised element as well, which means that instead of everybody vying for controlling an area and dominance in that area, as you see in many other programs and films and books in this area, in this type of genre, this has an element of control where people can live with each other without killing each other. It also helps with the training of younger paranormals, which is pretty good. They do combat training, they do spell training, they do training for whatever job they decide to do, things along those lines. And it also helps them live inside the human community despite not being human. It also, in this series, there's also a group, a section that know of the main character's fate in the PCA, which I won't go into, and obviously her love interest and how that's all connected. Now, it also tells the history, and it tells it in a truthful manner. So it does say that yes, vampires did used to feed off mages for their powers and things like that. One of the things that I've done is, particularly in these books, because there's a person that essentially creates. He abuses his sister. His sister's a paranormal, but neither of them realise this, because his sister was adopted. Now, he abuses his sister in almost every sense of the word, and he gets sentenced to death because his victim is paranormal, and in the paranormal court, any type of child abuse, especially sexual, is payable by death. Not just life imprisonment, but by death. And the thing is with the paranormal court is they have a guaranteed way of ensuring that they have got the right person. It's through numerous scans by the city leader, who's a telepath, main character who's a telepath, the main character's father who's a telepath, and several others who are telepaths as well as seers. And these people help figure out, yeah, this person's committed this crime, this person's committed that crime, and so on. Like I said, and I'm not the first person to create this whole umbrellas thing where it's a case of this is this and 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 this is this. These organisations are created to help bring order and organisation to things that would otherwise be crazy. So that's today. Next week, with a bit of luck, I might have a guest star. It all depends on if anybody wants to join in. Be a bit of luck, it will be a yes. If not, I'm sure I can think of something else to do. But I'm going to try and start making these weekly. And it should be good. It should be fun. So, and hopefully by next week I'll have more details about London and such. I'm ready for you. So I'll leave it at that for now. I will talk with you later. Have fun, and I will see you later.